So with y'all, it's King Rip. Happy Friday, and I got some good news for y'all, right? So you already know I'm in process of overturning my case that I got set up with when I was 18, right? So I'm 40 now, but I did the last little polygraph because when you're going through the overturning and everything like that, you gotta go through court. So it's certain procedures you gotta have, right? So during this polygraph, you feel me? The first one I let it slide. You feel me? Because I never took a polygraph before, which I passed that one. I passed this one, right? But the first one, I noticed with these stalkers, right? Council culture, it was more of, oh, we work here, so we're gonna affect this polygraph, right? And their way of doing it is pretty much, trying to agitate you before you even take the polygraph. So they were doing a lot of provocation. They were making noise like they was in LA Zoo somewhere. You feel me? This time around, they some dude locked the door. So he locked the door, whatever. You feel me? So I called my parole. You feel me? Like, look, if we had to reschedule this, basically, you feel me? So by the time I'm on the thing, dude run to the door and try to open. Oh, red flag, guilty conscience. They were trying to provoke me. So by the time I take this polygraph, again, identical, again, right? That it'll affect and their intent, right? It'll affect because you're wired up to all types of stuff, right? So it'll affect you. It'll affect you, right? And it'll affect the results in the polygraph because your heart rate is, whatever. You feel me? So I checked the dude, the wannabe government worker that works there, right? So I checked the dude, black dude. You feel me? Supposed to be. You feel me? So this individual, after he tries to provoke me, he tries to act sweet on me. You understand what I'm sizzling? So I ignore the dude and I check him. Like, look, last time I was here, they tried to provoke me before I took the polygraph, which I passed anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? But they tried to provoke me so it affect that polygraph. This time around, I'm not having that happen. You feel me? So if it has something to do with you, now you know. If it don't, if it do, now you know why I responded the way I did and why that's not gonna basically work. You feel me? So he walks away. I put on the music. You feel me? Because when I walked to from this side, he ran to somebody else and they started giggling and laughing when I walked to this. So I knew it was a gang of childish games of trying to provoke me because they were trying to get that. By the time I get in there, I would be like, pissed off at them, right? Which y'all already know. You feel me? Like I'm very direct. So if you did something, everything that you did, I'm directing everything specifically to you. I don't take it out on everybody. You get what I'm saying? So that was a waste of time. You feel me? But it was good because they were on camera while they were being, because you get filmed while you're doing that too. Plus they being filmed anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? So the dude finally shows even more his intent. The dude that actually runs that whole little, that whole little thing. So the dude who's supposed to be the doctor, quote unquote doctor, right? He's supposed to run this thing. So this dude, he already got cyber stalking on his Wi-Fi. I addressed a lot of stuff already. They already fired a couple of people already, right? Replaced those people, right? So this dude, you know, trying to dress up like he's at Sunday school, but he's trying to play pimp at the same time. Like that's not even the style. Do you get what I'm saying? That's not the style, my nigga. Like that's done with. That's old. That's through. The only thing I ever heard him even laugh about or thought was a joke was any crime against a woman or a little child. You feel me? That is specifically a female. You feel me? So the dude put himself out there, right? So he's talking all this stuff, and then out of all the stuff that he can do to, to try to provoke me or whatever, right? Him and it looked like his family was there, like they all just came there, like so he violated privacy law too. You feel me? So this idiot, he sits back and he's hiding in this room, that room, this room, that room, and they're trying to make all these monkey sounds, and I'm gonna just say it like that, you feel me, not for a prejudiced reason, you get, obviously, right, but for, you know, an ignorant reason for an individual to sit back and try to affect something so bad that he feels that, you know, it would have made something affect the results of a polygraph, you feel me. Now, mind you, I'm subpoenaing all those. They already talking about their own indictments, right? So everybody that's doing their job, they're doing their job. Like, you feel me? Like, it is what it is, right? But them idiots stood out. So they topics was all off. Like, when I say violation of somebody's privacy, they spoke a gang of hate crimes. Like, when I say they didn't do that to nobody else in there, like I'm so bored of them trying to prove I'm innocent, and at the same time trying to make me look like them, and they don't even got the topic of the year, you feel me. So then they start coughing like they had COVID, my nigga, like, and I'm just sitting back like, you know what, this is so immature and child, like, this is babysitting. So the dude, he's suave with his shit, with his stuff, right? So he's all like, look, I forgot to ask you this. We can drown out the noise. Like, you get what I'm saying? And this and this and that. So I was like, okay, you know, but long story short, I passed it, which that was easy. I passed it. But the funny part is, while they were filming me doing the polygraph, you feel me? They were also hearing those individuals working there, you know, trying to agitate, basically openly saying their criminal intent. You feel me? And then trying to affect a polygraph, a legal proceeding. You feel me? That has something to do with the court. Like, I'm finna overturn but you get what I'm saying? This is all scripture. You feel me? Like, everybody that's doing what they do, they're benefiting from it. But these individuals that's trying to act as though they're trying to stop something, like, they're in for a rude awakening. You feel me? So this individual, he running this way, that way, this way, and he's saying, oh, all we have to do is this, all we have to do is that. Like, nigga, all you have to do is shut the F up, you feel me? Like, and just keep it simple like that and do your job. And your job is not to stalk me. You can't say you married to a female, or you have a baby mama, or you even respect females, period, and then just as fast as you'll try to exploit them as fast as you speak against their gender. So I think that whole pretense of, oh, I'm married with this group of stalkers, I'm married, I got kids, I got this, like, nigga, no, you're not. You too busy worried about me trying to oppress me. Every time I turn around, there was a dude, you feel me, and this setting or that setting, bend it over. Like, come on now, this is childish. Even a grown man will laugh at him. He's not into you, you're not finna get him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you crowding around him ain't doing nothing but you embarrassing yourself. And that's what it is, you feel me? Like, so that individual, like, I'm seeing how they throwing away their jobs. So y'all ladies in this women month, y'all make sure y'all are building your resumes and y'all are getting y'all high positions, because I have vows to keep. Do you get what I'm saying? Y'all make sure, like, even when y'all in the workplace, y'all whistleblowing, period, even in the community, I guarantee you, y'all getting paid for that. Against this group, yeah, y'all getting paid for that. Y'all getting paid. You feel me? Because that's what it is. If you don't believe it, just look up the new laws. There's over 500 of them. You feel me? So y'all get on that, because that's also lined up with my other, you get what I mean? My other thing to the, excuse me. My other thing to the to my oath, my vows for y'all and the Father, you feel me? To put y'all in a high position and force millions on y'all. You feel me? So if I spoke something in existence to y'all benefit, my nigga, benefit. Nobody gonna tell you different. You feel me? Nobody's gonna tell you different. So, especially if they care for you. Do you get what I'm saying? So y'all do that. And y'all have a happy Friday and a self-care weekend, you feel me? Obviously, council culture ain't gonna have that. But we worried about that, though. Now y'all see what Cat Williams was talking about these niggas and, you know, people being miserable and all this other stuff. They chose to, you feel me? But yeah, like, it's been a minute. But whenever I see them little dogs pulling away, when Mother Nature started pulling away from these individuals that were stalking, and then they not responding like you know what I mean. But specifically, they don't want to be around these idiots, or I see my basketball players, or on top of that, I see the lawyers first. They start reaching out to everybody, letting them know like if this was happening, if this was happening, like come on, this is all the stuff that I've been mentioning. You feel me? So identical, even out of state. You feel me? It happened first. The lawyers reached out to everybody, then certain signs was shown in Mother Nature, and then y'all showed certain signs, but it was identical. You feel me? After that, everything went quiet because they cut off the enemies of our country from communicating with each other. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that's all it really was. Everything else was just a wannabe backup plan. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, and it just jumped around from topic to topic. That was so illiterate, it was stupid. You feel me? So, nah, y'all have a question too. Y'all asked me a question, but since y'all already doing it, because y'all had a question about how to end homelessness and how to end this, y'all already really doing it. But for those who don't really know what was happening during with this homeless thing, right, is these individuals were pretending they had all these problems. So when they pretended they had all these problems, everybody noticed they wasn't getting no benefit. They was just bouncing around from place to place. You feel me? So while they were bouncing around from place to place and trying to travel with each other, and every time you find this individual, you find the next individual, and this individual with the next individual, and then they playing around with the same type of females. You feel me? They didn't have any problems. It was just council culture. So obviously the feds was on them. You feel me? Everybody that had something to do with them was on them. You feel me? So that was that. But to get rid of that problem, because a lot of government workers was warning a lot of females that wasn't council culture, right? And letting them know, like, look, these dudes have diseases. These dudes do not have real drugs. These dudes are sitting back trying their hardest to fool people. But when you get a disease, because we're warning you, don't do this, don't do that. Okay, this is where the problem is. This is where a lot of y'all found out the problem is, right? So if you know somebody is passing a deadly disease, what will be, for you to save life to somebody, family member, somebody that's American, you feel me? Somebody's family member, regardless, right? What would be the natural thing to do if you know you got a group of males that was sitting back, hiding in the homeless environment, claiming they're all these type of informable type of individuals. They got jobs on telling on people, but you notice something totally different on what they were doing. Do you get what I'm saying? So what would be the natural job to save lives so you can go ahead and remove those individuals? Because I was there, I was present when they was forcing them and told them, you will get your monkeypox shot. You will get your vaccinations. Do you get what I'm saying? Or you're kicked out. Do you get what I mean? So these individuals, everybody knows who was passing COVID. So my story lines up with y'all's story and everybody else in the country's story. Do you get what I'm saying? Their story bounced around like scrambled eggs because they're hiding from something. And you cannot hide in a country you coughed on. You cannot hide in no country, period, that you betrayed. Do you get what I'm saying? So what would be the logical thing if you had a job and you got clients and you're trying to get them housing, and a lot of y'all told me face to face, a lot of these dudes, you can't even help them because their history is so messed up. All you can do is have them in one spot, right? This was your words. Have them in one spot, wait till their time run out, and send them somewhere else. That wasn't the answer, obviously, right? The answer was, if they were doing their weird stuff against females, the answer was you put restraining orders on them. You also call that in. That would have been the answer. That way, all the real Americans who were going through homeless, not just bums, you feel me? The real Americans going through homeless, not council culture, because that's who they were. What y'all do is y'all make sure y'all remove them, and that's how that happened, and that's what y'all started to do. You know why? Because you notice a lot of resources being wasted. So imagine this: somebody don't have consistency with whatever issue they have, or they're saying they have, right? And this is just a solution, right? Which y'all are already doing already, but for the ones who are not on to what it is, so they know, right? Imagine these you have an individual that's saying the same, the same thing that they're saying, that they have this problem, that problem, this problem, that problem, right? But they're not consistent with what everybody's natural stuff is in a variety of ways that y'all are trained to deal with. Y'all not trained to cater to somebody's lies. That was the problem. People begging you to cater to their lives while they was trying to get people you were really trying to help sick. That was attempted murder on their end, not your end, on their end, because their criminal intent was constantly being shown. As council culture, they were stalkers, which is a federal sex crime, right? And then on top of that, y'all notice they kept on trying to linger and latch on to females. And what did y'all do as a counterattack? Y'all warned all them females about these dudes. The females that paid attention, they ended up getting their housing, right? And those who didn't pay attention, they ended up still in the same spot. Now imagine at y'all spot where y'all always had, the ambulance show up, the sheriff or the police show up, but they always talk to the males. Right on your camera, right in front of y'all. I know because I witnessed it. I've been right there. I know. There's no denying that. You feel me? So imagine when they was discriminating with who gets housing and who doesn't. Who needs to be out there on the street and who doesn't. That's not their say-so, and that's not their damn job. You feel me? They on the wrong job description for that. So to make your job easier, y'all get legal on those who you cannot help. You get legal and you realize they were just trying to have people harbor fugitives. That's it. That's all. Because half of them don't even belong right there at all. They running from something totally different that you're not, able and capable of housing. And then while they're sitting there trying to pretend they're hiding, they were doing all of this stuff right on camera, right on their phone, leaving DNA and all types of fingerprints, and then openly showing what it was. I'll remind y'all what y'all said to them before. Do y'all want to go back to California? Do y'all want to do this? Do you have family? Do you have this? If you do, we'll pay for y'all to leave. What did they say? Especially when I was in places where they was right there too. What did they always say? No, we want to see what happens with him. No, we wanted, because they hated Americans. This was the same group y'all got live on camera was coughing COVID on other people until I came along. Do you get what I'm saying? So y'all have a variety of, ways to get rid of the problem now because COVID's gone. They have no weapon. Their own phone is a weapon against them. That's evidence against them. So y'all blasé. This is really like lightweight now. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the harbor or the hard part, I already did that. That nobody can do. We all got our part to do, right? But for future references, now that we're getting rid of homelessness and everything else, and we pushing equal opportunity, and also we pushing inclusion and stuff like that, think about it like this. When you have somebody in that situation to where they're not keeping up with their own line script of pretending that they actually needed something, not just some place to hide and stalk or some place to cough or pass disease, you feel me? Not a hiding spot. They actually needed something to get on their feet and get to elevate, you feel me, progress and stuff like that. That's how people get funding, because they're seeing like, okay, look, this person's here, that person here, this person here, this person is elevating, this person is saving, this person is doing that. They're participating with something positive, right? You're not getting like, oh, we're in the spot right here or over there or anywhere else, and everybody is basically complaining about Americans. That's when you know you're dealing with council culture. You're not dealing with American stuff. You feel me? Because Americans that's homeless, unfortunate to be in that situation, which it won't be that way much longer. those individuals, soon as they get out of those homeless situations, what do everybody want to hear? How did this happen? Why did this happen? How did this this happen? What are you good at? What is that? Because everybody always comes together. Do you get what I'm saying? Everybody always makes sure everybody is not going to enter back into that lifestyle again. Now, when you got somebody that chose to be that way, that's when you're dealing with a bum. When you got somebody who has access to all types of stuff and they just blow it off, or they just don't want to utilize it, that's when you have a bum. They don't have an opinion on nobody. That's why we got voters for, if they had an opinion. You feel me? So how y'all deal with it, y'all get legal. Y'all get legal. When they're not doing the simplest thing that they're supposed to be doing, to utilize something or to do a job, it could be in the workplace too. Y'all make sure y'all hit them with that legal stuff. Because when you're dealing with council culture, they're going to show you, no matter how much you warn them, how much anything, they don't want to hear nothing from you. They want their phone. They want that cyber stalker. They want that online grooming crap. You feel me? Which is some more crime of federal, you feel me? And weird crime. You get what I'm saying? They want that type of stuff just so they can do one thing only, work against you. They don't want to hear nothing from you. I literally hear them talking to their own females in their own household, their own children. They basically don't want to hear nothing from them. They want to hear that dude on cyber stalking. And then they sit back and like they always did, they'll group up in their own little huddles, right? And then they'll say that's what they need, that's what they want, something destructive towards a female, a child, or just American, period. You can't help nobody like that. You see what they're doing with their equal opportunity. You can't help nobody like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So in order to get those numbers up where who you actually is helping was beneficial and everything like that, because you're going to keep on benefiting regardless. You feel me? You're not ran by their program because they stopped them from even starting programs of their own. Too many people were dying from sicknesses, and it was so damn unsanitary. Like, you would have just, like, why would anybody even give somebody like this type of stuff? And then you had all the scams that came with it. You feel me? So no, they're not doing that for them. You feel me? But in order to better y'all business, and because some of y'all got some Bombay rules, some of y'all got something that's called home training, which is the basics of how to live and how to get on your feet. Even if you save it, it doesn't matter. You feel me? But you're showing you know how to live. This is what homeless people are known to do. They can literally get on their feet. They know how to live. You know when somebody's really suffering from, they either got smoker issues, drunkard issues, because they react similar ways, but they're not trying to be extra over friendly. They're not interested in stalking. They don't give a damn about that. You're gonna mess up their gig. You're gonna and they say it all the time. You're killing my buzz. You're doing this. You're doing that. They don't want to be around another individual like that, especially if they don't even know you. They don't got a good rapport with you, and especially with mental. Oh, nigga, don't get me started. You feel me? It takes even a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and you get what I'm saying, to sit back and work extra hard to build that trust just so they can talk to somebody. Somebody can't just, especially me, you cannot tell me you got a mental and you're trying to talk to me in every type of way. That's not a mental illness. You're trying to find out information. Something's wrong with you. Do you get what I'm saying? And then on top of it, you got to think, those type of individuals is what y'all already showed me and what I'm finna remind y'all of. Do you notice when they take medication, they take it always on an empty stomach and it's not consistent? Do you know what that's doing to their stomach? Don't worry about it. When you're legal, you already know they're self-destructive. You already know that's not even a liability, especially when you already warned them. You feel me? Them playing their resources and burning it off, that's on them. That's not on nobody they tried to hide with. That's not on nobody they tried to pretend with. And what do y'all see when I'm out there? Everybody that was trying to act like they drunk and act like this, they were pretending, because as soon as I came by, they was acting a certain way, wasn't it? And then as soon as I passed by, then they started acting like they slunched over, fell over, and all this other stuff. I'm telling y'all, they cannot get high. Their medicine will not benefit them. Y'all that been investigating them, y'all already know. Y'all already know all of this. You feel me? Because y'all mentioned it and they bragged about it too. They cannot sleep, making them a hospice patient. And then on top of that, they don't have no benefits from the meds. So the diseases they have is killing them, making them even more of a hospice patient. You feel me? So trust me, when I said when they was bending over like they was, remember out of state when they was doing that, and I kept on telling y'all that we getting paid for that was attempted murder. Like they trying to overly sexually suggest like they want to offer their diseases to you. Yeah, it's not like, oh, you did this and you did it to try to provoke somebody. Nah, that ain't how we're taking that. We're taking that in a total different angle, in a total different situation, especially when they started coughing behind it. Do you get what I'm saying? There ain't nothing that's finna be sugarcoated when these court processes happen, because I've been in these court processes and I've seen how these individuals are so guilty, they will plead guilty extra fast. And arraignment, nigga, come on, arraignment? That's the first court date. Do you get what I'm saying? You didn't even hit preliminary hearing yet, and you're already pleading guilty, because they don't want to face their victims and who they tried to victimize. Do you get what I'm saying? And I seen this, and the judge accepted their plea, but he also let it be known they're still in their phones. They're finna see how long they've been doing the charades. Soon as they say they're in their phones, you already know every phone call, every text message, their whole history. I don't care if they deleted or factory reset, they digging that up. You cannot do that with data. That's not how that works. Do you get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But y'all have a happy Friday. You feel me? But I wanted to let y'all know what happened over there for this happy Friday. You know, this individual that's supposed to be a doctor, but he was speaking too many hate crimes. You feel me? I don't know who gave him his doctrine or where he got it from. You feel me? But to sit back and speak hate crimes like that and then trying to piss somebody off, so you know they fail a polygraph. I didn't fail the first one. Why would I fail the second one? You get what I'm saying? That stuff go off your heart rate, your breathing, your movements, and all types of stuff. You feel me? So imagine if somebody is trying to provoke you, what is that gonna trigger to like the average person body? They may start sweating, they may start moving and jittering, and then they making noise in the background. Come on, my nigga. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's so illegal on every level. I'm glad they had them on camera. I'm glad they did everything that, you know, the idiot can't do to erase a damn thing. That was a legal process. People are there to actually be doing court process because they're shedding their cases. They're overturning something, or they expunging something. Something good comes out of that. It's not just learning. Do you get what I'm saying? Something good comes out of that. And then the people that actually doing their job, they helping Americans get their lives back. Do you get what I'm saying? That like, so that was very selloutish. It was very stupid. And if he thought he was dressed like a pimp, then he pimped his own self. Do you feel me? He pimped his own self. So it is what it is. And I'll never accept donuts from him. You get what I'm saying? Because the last time I seen him bringing donuts, he had his hands all the way in the front of his pants. So I know when somebody is throwing away their jobs. And then he had his whole family out there today. His whole family. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you invaded people's privacy. You stalked people. You did all this weird stuff just to leave as an embarrassment. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid. But it is what it is. That was a free will choice. I respect that on every level. A free will decision. Nobody can take that as God-given. They choose to make it happen for the wrong reason, and it's destroying them for it. I respect that. They don't like life, okay, then they get death. So everybody who's not being that way and doing that type of stuff, they're getting life. I respect that. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a free will choice. So it is what it is. But y'all have a happy Friday. You feel me?